Hey everyone, okay, so this is the second part. Hope so you all alive. So let's start the video. Jimin come in. Jimin come in the room. Yoongi is busy in his phone. Jimin places the coffee on the table and sit on the edge of the bed. On the other side, Yoongi first don't notice he sit on the bed and look at him. Jimin. He can see his Yoongi. Jimin, why you are sitting like this? Jimin, huh? Nothing. I am feeling sleepy, he said, and Yoongi raised his eyebrow. Yoongi, you are feeling sleepy at this time, he said, and Jimin didn't say anything. Yoongi, tell me what happened. Jimin, nothing happens, he said, and Yoongi understands something is he holds his arm turning and Jimin looked at him. Yoongi could speak, he sees his eyes widen. Yoongi, Jimin, what is this? He left everything and went toward him. Jimin, it's just I don't notice when my hand. Yoongi, tell me truth. How it happens, Jimin? I am saying truth, Yoongi. You think I am, Jimin? How can you? You're almost full hand and you don't notice, he said, and Jimin. Yoongi, so you don't tell me truth, Jimin. Yoongi, what I said. When the when the reality is Yoongi, I know who did this. And you know, and you, Jimin, now you start to with me also, huh? Jimin, no, Yoongi, the Jimin, he leave the room. Jimin, he could speak, but Yoongi already go. Jimin sighed and he closed his eyes. After some time, Taehyung come and how can it happen, Jimin? Hmm. You were fine when I come. Jimin, you here? Taehyung, Yoongi Hyung sent me. Tell me how it's happened. Jimin, tell him everything. Taehyung, and you don't tell Hyung anything. Jimin, what I said. Jimin, Taehyung, Jimin, how can you be so? Look at your hand. How can she do this, huh? Jimin, you know, Yoongi, how much he me. I don't want he do something. Taehyung, Jimin, takes for your is not they do. Jimin, leave this. Taehyung, I am fine. Jimin, how can you said this? You are fine. Jimin, please. Taehyung sign and he take then start to. Jimin, where is he now? Taehyung, I don't know. He sent me to check on you and he himself goes somewhere. Jimin sign. Jimin, he is at me. Hmm. Taehyung, he have to. I am with him. It's not when you are doing what you are doing, Jimin. How can you be so, huh? I talk with him, tell him what happens. I am not like you. Jimin, listen me, Taehyung. You don't tell him anything, and I with him. I know how to talk with him, he said, and Taehyung looked at him. Taehyung, why you are all this? I don't understand this. Jimin, because I don't want this family. Taehyung, the family, huh? What family? Our them the most, Jimin, I know, but Taehyung, but you are too kind, he said, and Jimin signed to say him. Jimin, okay, if something happens like this again, I promise I tell Yoongi everything. Taehyung, this is last time. If you don't tell him, I promise I do. Jimin, alright, Taehyung, carefully drew and Taehyung, sit here. It sent something for you to eat. He said and go from there. Jimin sign he is for Yoongi where he go. Okay, so this is the third last scene. Jimin come in. Jimin come in the hallway. Jimin come in the hallway. He see Yoongi. He is looking so, and Jimin know why he is. Jimin went toward him and back him. Yoongi see the hands. He stays silent as he know he is Jimin. Jimin, I am. Yoongi said his head is on his. Yoongi stays silent. Jimin, I will be careful from next time, please, he said. Jan Yoongi sighed. Whenever Jimin called him, he become Jimin, please. He said, Jan, Yoongi back. Yoongi, I know what you are trying to do. Jimin, please. He make up out. Yoongi, see, Jimin, don't do. He could speak. Jimin, please. Yoongi, I, Jimin, please. Yoongi, sigh. Yoongi, fine. Jimin smiled to see him. Yoongi, so you know. What smile, Jimin? No, not. I know how much you mean and how much I you. He said, and Yoongi signed to see him. Yoongi, but I am still. So finally, she go. I can do voiceover now peacefully. Yoongi smiled to see him. Yoongi, but I am still at you. Jimin, okay, we see this later. Yoongi, you always do this. Jimin, I don't know. I promise, Yoongi, what I do with you. Yoongi said, and Jimin smiled lightly. Yoongi signed to see him. Mrs. Min is passing from the hallway. She stopped. As she see this, she rolled her eyes and went to them. Jimin back and see him. Mrs. Min, come see. He stand beside Yoongi. Mrs. Min, you are here. You are here. You don't go office. Yoongi, who go office on Sunday? He said in cold voice, and she realized. Mrs. Min, oh, I forget today is Sunday. I remember today I called my some friends on dinner, so you and Jungkook will be there. Yoongi just nodded and she smiled lightly. Mrs. Min, I said to make dinner. She said, and Yoongi go from there. Yoongi look at Jimin. Yoongi, but Jimin's nothing. You really will be there on the at dinner time. Yoongi, I think about this. Jimin, you know I there. He said. Then Yoongi see Yoongi, why? Jimin, you know well why I do this. Yoongi, I don't know. Jimin, don't me. Yoongi, I am telling you. Anything. You know, you know what you can. You take out my favorite. So Jimin, Yoongi, how can you your aunt, huh? Oh, you so much, Jimin. If my thing to look at someone else, I will surely do. Yoongi chuckled to see him. Yoongi, my mochi is feeling, huh? Jimin make up out to see him. Yoongi, okay, okay, I will not do anything to make you now happy, he said, and Jimin see him and nodded. Jimin, good for you. Otherwise, Yoongi, you what? Jimin, Yoongi, you what? Jimin, I don't give you for 2 months, he said, and run from there. Yoongi eyes widened. Yoongi, what, Jimin? No, wait, Jimin. But Jimin already run. Yoongi chuckled to see him, and he also go. Second last scene. It's night on dinner. On dinner time, everyone is in the dining room. Mrs. Min, friends, and their daughters come. They all sit on their chairs. Jimin come and see Yoongi is busy to talk with Jungkook. He smiled lightly as he know why Yoongi is doing this. Taehyung hold Jimin's hand. Taehyung, Jimin, Jungkook. Jimin, what happened? Taehyung see the way she's at Jungkook. Jimin see the girl and sighed. Jimin, but it's not Jungkook mistake. Taehyung, I know, but still, huh? Jimin, take a chill, Taehyung. It's okay, he said, and Jimin eyes widened when he see Lisa come and sit beside Yoongi on the chair. Yoongi seems not to bother. And Jimin, how can he let her sit like this? Taehyung, it's okay, Jimin. It's not your mistake. She's just said. Jimin looked at Taehyung, who's Jimin now? You see, Taehyung. I don't talk with him. Jimin, Taehyung, huh? Me too. He also make a pouch. Taehyung and Jimin sit on the last chair beside each other. Jimin turn his see the and his kinda shocked when she come and sit here. He looked at Jimin, who was already looking at him, and Yoongi looked at him with eyes like he don't do anything. Jimin looked away and he started to do the dinner. Yoongi can see Jimin and Jia see all this. Yeah, you were looking beautiful, Lisa. Lisa, really? Thank you. Hope so. Someone else also noticed. Taehyung, she pointed on Yoongi Hyung. Taehyung whispered to Jimin, Jimin, I know and I can see. He said, and Taehyung also nodded. Taehyung, such a she's. He said, and Jimin saying him, Jimin, I don't understand anything here as it's true. He said, and both best friends agree. Jungkook, they are planning how to us. Jimin, he already me if I even at anyone. He don't give him for 2 months. He said, and Jungkook started laughing. Yoongi gave him and Mrs. Min. What happened? She said, and Jungkook looked at Yoongi. Jungkook, no, Yoongi Hyung face is biggest now. He said and started. Others also confused and Jimin rolled his eyes, saying, Jimin, we do. He said, and Jungkook started Yoongi to see him. So are you okay, Jungkook? Here, drink this water. She said and gave him water. Jungkook, no, I am fine. He said and. Okay. And Taehyung is giving him glares. Four of them playing with their food. They don't do the dinner. And after that, when everyone go in the living room, Yoongi went to Jimin. Yoongi gave me a chance to explain. Jungkook, I promised Taehyung. I don't know. She is looking at me. I look at you only and talk with Yoongi Hyung. Taehyung, he said, and Taehyung roll his eyes and go in the room. Jungkook go behind him. Yoongi, you understand me, right? Jimin, why would I do? I already you, Yoongi, listen me. He said, but you can't do this, Jimin. I do everything. He said, and Yoongi, same, Yoongi. I promise I listen. You not, but not this again. Jimin, she come and sit beside you, and you don't even notice. Jimin said, being Yoongi. How can I do when my all focus is Jimin? Yoongi, you no need to be so when with me. I am telling you, he said, and Yoongi san, he don't know what to do. Yoongi, okay, I will not, but you can listen me, huh? Jimin, no, I don't. Yoongi, please. Jimin, Yoongi, no means no. He said, and Yoongi san him. Jimin eyes wide, and Jimin, what you are doing? Yoongi didn't said anything, and to take him upstairs. Huh. Alright. So finally it's going to finish. Okay, so last scene of the second last text, he come in the room and the door. Yoongi Buid is here. He sat down. Jimin says, Jimin look away. Yoongi always do this. Yoongi, what happens? Jimin, what I don't talk with you, Yoongi, I know. He said, and Yoongi, huh? And Yoongi, okay, I don't do voiceover on this text, but I promise I am not. Otherwise, I make a long video. But I hope so. You all cooperate with me, and it's going to finish. Doing voiceover is not an easy task, but being a YouTuber, I have to do this, and hope so. You all understand me, and you all read the next text by yourself. And from tomorrow, I promise I try to make a long video. Huh? So finally, next one, the last scene and the last text. 1 minute. Sometimes passing 1 minute is also seems to be so long. And my Simba is really sleeping peacefully, like she don't have any work to do. And it's true, Simba don't have any work to do. And leave this and ignore this. She is my mom, and it's going to finish. Only some seconds are left. Then I myself is also free. Not so soon. I have to do. Okay, so um it's going to be finished soon. Just some more seconds are left. Ignore the parrot's voices. Huh. Hope so you all like. If you like, then subscribe and tell me in comments. Take care of yourself, Sarange. See you all in the next video. And I am totally a mess today, so please ignore this. Bye. See you soon.